Okay, welcome to our next clip. In this clip we're going to talk about phrasing in jazz. So the first thing you need to know is how to function within a structure in the music. Now I have a series of very simple exercises you can do once you get through the independence section. I know you're working on the independence handout stuff, okay? So what you do is you think at first in small phrases like 2-bar phrases and 4-bar phrases until you can expand to 8-bar phrases, which is probably more in tune with forms, right? And if you take a look at any standard tune, there's hardly anything written in 2-bar phrases or 4. It's usually 8 or 16. So the thing is to get accustomed to functioning in jazz with all this vocabulary. So the first thing you want to do is just try a 2-bar phrase, okay? And what you do on the second bar, on the and of 4, you hit a snare, okay? This vocabulary basically gives the structure of the music, helps you to provide structure, and that is one of the functions of the vocabulary, okay? So, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now you're going to notice on the and of 4, the second bar, I did a neck kind of punch to give it a little punch there on the accent. Okay, you can also do it with the bass drum. Okay, that's another way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those are 2-bar phrases. Now we're going to go for 4 bars, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the first time in the 4 bars, I did it with the snare. The second time with the bass drum, okay? So that's a good exercise to vary the phrasing like that, okay? So now you have kind of a structure, okay, to follow with your vocabulary. Now the thing to always remember is generating the time, right? I mean, inside that, you have to make sure you're generating a nice pulse, generating the time, okay? Now, let's try 8 bars, okay? 8 bars requires a little more concentration. Don't play anything else but the vocabulary that outlines the structure, because the point of this exercise is to get used to this type of structure. Okay, so let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again, first time with the bass drum, second time with the snare drum. Okay, now let's just do it a little faster. Okay, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, 8 bars, first time on the snare, second time on the bass drum. As you progress through tempos, the vocabulary changes, okay, and the feeling of this punch also changes. So let's just do a little bit up tempo for a minute, just so you can see what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's kind of the feel. The feel is a different thing when you're going real slow. So now that you have an idea about how to outline small structures. We're going to try to add a little bit of vocabulary in there. So do you remember the thing that Roy McCurdy taught me? This small thing that every jazz drummer should know. So let's just try adding that in there in the 2-bar structure first, so you can see kind of how you can use this vocabulary to outline structure. 2-bar structure first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So on 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, so now you have kind of, that was a skeleton before, now you have something that you can put in there. You can also use this other thing Roy taught me, remember? Okay, let's put that in the 2nd bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this will give you an idea of how vocabulary works, what its purpose is for. This is one of the major purposes. The other one is, of course, to accompany and complement soloists, and they have a variety of functions which we'll get to. So let's try doing that in a 4-bar structure now. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now in an 8-bar structure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay? It's a beautiful phrase. It works really well, this type of stuff. So, the next thing, obviously, is to increase your awareness of timeline structure. 8 bars can lead to 16 bars, right? You can use what I call markers in time to outline different sections, to outline structures. This first marker at 8 bars would be something like we just played. Then the second marker at the 16th bar line, you can do something a little different. Perhaps even do that, just the first exercise and the second exercise. In the music, you're not going to do that. It's not going to be pre-planned like that, so just be aware of that. Just as exercises, I mean. Okay, so let's take this a little faster and see what it sounds like faster. I'm going to use this symbol this time so you can get an idea what this sounds like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So, your next task is to, for me, okay, you have to understand when to change cymbals, a very important thing. So, within a musical structure, the tune itself is going to give you when to change, all right? One of the things that a great drummer, one of my teachers, Chuck Flores, told me, is changing cymbals at random. That means you don't know where you are, you know what you're doing, all right? So, it's very important that you know the function of the different cymbals and when to change. So, without playing an actual tune, what I suggest doing is just an 8-bar exercise, okay, with that simple exercise I just gave you, and change cymbals after 8 bars, so you can, you know, do it consciously when you're in control of things. These things sound better, okay? So let's do this simple exercise. After 8 bars, you're going to change cymbals, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. did it twice. 8 here, 8 here, 8 here, 8 here. Okay, that's a good exercise, just, so you can get a feel for moving around the kit. Remember to always do it consciously. Don't just gel out and change wherever you want in the middle of structures. It's not going to be great for the music. Okay, there's lots more vocabulary issues to come. Now, one of the things I did was transcribe, a lot of transcription to kind of, get an idea of what I can do. It's a complicated issue. It's something that you really have to research, and not something that you can learn in a couple of minutes watching a video. So perhaps in the future I will tackle some more specific vocabulary things you can do, but it's really a question of transcription, listening, and at first copying, and then doing your own thing with it. But these things that I'm showing you, I think, are the basics, the elements of jazz that you need to know to understand how to function in the music, at least, okay, to get started. All right, so let's just do this again a little faster now, so you can have an idea what it sounds like faster. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, it's really important to do the neck hit when you're doing that, because it gives a little more, oomph to the phrase. Okay, that's it for now in this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's move on to the next one.